It's quite comical, actually, when you realize the difference between reality and what some people are talking on TV about.
You took the mark of the devil just so you can eat and breathe. Bows down at the feet and surrendered liberty. Tyranny and terror, corrupted dictators posing as your leaders while they poison every leader. Pumping fluoride in the water while they rape Iraqi daughters. Dumbing down the public, bashing magazines and fodder. Now they slaughter weakened nations. Faulty explanations, selling fear to the masses. Terror level elevations, revelations is unfolding right before your eyes. Wake up in a fever camp, drugged and hypnotized. Fourth Reich's taking over while you focus on your bling. But I'll bet by this point you haven't heard a damn thing. It's destruction by design, prophesizing every scripture. Take a big step back, see the whole picture. A distraction of the mind to keep you living in a bubble.
We're in a lot of trouble because less than 3% of you people read books.
Hey YouTube, how's everyone doing? Interesting article here I just seen over on a website called defense1.com, and the article is about drones and that every country will have armed drones within the next 10 years. And it talks about how virtually every country on Earth will be able to build or acquire drones capable of firing missiles within the next 10 years. Armed aerial drones will be used for targeted killings, terrorism, and government suppression of civil unrest. What's worse, says expert, it's too late for the United States to do anything about it. And the reason behind that is because after the past decade's explosive growth, it seems that the U.S. is the only country with missile-carrying drones. Now that I did not know. And the U.S. is pretty much losing interest in it, as the article states. And the military plans to spend $2.4 billion on unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, in 2015, which, according to the article, is down from $5.7 billion that they requested in the 2013 budget. But other countries are showing big interest in drones, like the United Kingdom, Israel, China, and possibly Iran, Pakistan, and Russia. It even includes South Africa and India. And it says so far 23 countries have developed or are developing armed drones, according to the recent report from the RAND organization. And that it's only a matter of time before the lethal technology spreads, several experts say. Well, I'm really not surprised. I am surprised that we're the only country supposedly that has armed drones at this point in time. I find that hard to believe. I'm just going by what the article says. And you can't get much crazier. I mean, Lady Liberty's been dying for a long time. She's pretty much dead in my opinion, so it's getting to the point when I read something, half the time at least, I'm not that surprised, opposed to when it used to be 20% of the, I was usually always surprised. But we've gone so far down the rabbit hole that the question is, can we climb ourselves back out? And I don't know. Pretty insane if you ask me. I mean, what do we need all these drones for on U.S. soil? Because I thought before it was the big thing was there for war and fighting terrorism. Well, the last time I checked, if you ignore the propaganda from the U.S. government, we don't have thousands and thousands of terrorists running around the United States that I know of. The only ones we usually have are the ones they let in the country, or to let them in the country. That's all I know. I mean, these drones could be a police department soon. They could be flying right over your top of your house taking pictures, which I don't know if anybody who has a smartphone, have you ever used Google Earth and put in your address, or anybody else's? You can see their house from the top. I've done mine. I can see everything in my backyard. So Could you imagine what that technology is going to be like in the next 10 years? I mean, I've always said, because I do like technology, but it's also a double-edged sword. Just like the video I did this morning about the microchips. I would never take a microchip. Now there's been the argument on the other side, well, if your kid's lost, they can find them. Yeah, but at what price? The price of their freedom and privacy and liberty? No, thank you. Not for me or my kid, or anybody else in my family, if I have anything to say about it. So, anyway, I will put a link in the description box of this article from defenseone.com.